The light heavyweight division has finally crowned an undisputed champion, and his name is Artur Beterbiev. In one of the most anticipated boxing matches of the decade, Beterbiev defeated Dmitry Bivol in a high-stakes showdown to unify all four major world titles. The fight, which brought together two of the most dominant forces at 175 pounds, lived up to its billing as a clash of contrasting styles. Beterbiev's relentless power and aggression against Bivol's technical precision and defensive mastery. A fight years in the making. For years, fans and analysts debated who truly ruled the light heavyweight division. Beterbiev, the Russian-Canadian knockout artist, entered the bout with a perfect record and an astonishing 100% knockout rate. His victories over the likes of Alexander Gvozdyk, Joe Smith Jr., and Anthony Yarde had cemented his reputation as one of the most feared punchers in the sport. Bivol, on the other hand, had built a career on technical brilliance. Undefeated and widely respected, he shocked the boxing world in 2022 when he outboxed pound-for-pound superstar Canelo Alvarez. With superb footwork, ring IQ, and defensive discipline, Bivol was seen as the perfect foil to Beterbiev's raw power. The matchup for undisputed supremacy had long been demanded, but negotiations, scheduling conflicts, and promotional hurdles delayed the fight. When it was finally announced, the boxing world erupted with anticipation. The opening rounds. The first few rounds unfolded much as expected. Bivol used his jab, lateral movement, and sharp counters to keep Beterbiev at bay. His timing and composure frustrated the power-punching champion, and by the end of the third round, many observers had Bivol edging ahead on the scorecards. Yet, even in those early moments, Beterbiev's pressure was evident. He cut off the ring effectively, forced exchanges along the ropes, and landed heavy shots to the body. Each punch carried the kind of thudding force that slowly began to sap Bivol's energy, turning the tide. By the middle rounds, Beterbiev began to assert himself more decisively. The fifth and sixth rounds saw him land clean overhand rights and punishing hooks to Bivol's ribs. The usually composed Bivol showed uncharacteristic signs of discomfort, blinking under the assault and retreating more urgently. In the seventh round, Beterbiev delivered the first major turning point. After trapping Bivol in the corner, he unleashed a ferocious combination that wobbled the WBA champion. Bivol managed to hold and survive the round, but the momentum had clearly shifted. The championship rounds. The later rounds showcased the heart and determination of both fighters. Bivol dug deep, rallying behind his jab and attempting to reset the rhythm of the fight. His skill and willpower were evident, but Beterbiev's pressure never relented. Every exchange favored the heavier-handed man. In the 10th round, Beterbiev landed a brutal right cross that staggered Bivol. Smelling blood, he followed up with a barrage of punches that forced the referee to administer a standing count. Though Bivol valiantly fought on, his output dwindled, and his movement slowed. By the 12th and final round, Bivol needed a knockout to win, but it was Beterbiev who closed strong. Marching forward, he delivered crushing combinations that had the crowd roaring. When the final bell rang, both men embraced, acknowledging the magnitude of what they had shared in the ring. The verdict. The judges' scorecards reflected Beterbiev's dominance in the second half of the fight. Two scored it 116 to 111, while the third had it 117 to 110, all in favor of Artur Beterbiev. With the unanimous decision victory, he unified the WBC, WBO, IBF, and WBA light heavyweight titles, becoming the first undisputed champion in the division's modern four-belt era. A historic achievement. Beterbiev's triumph cements his place in history. Not only did he end the long-running debate over who is the best at 175 pounds, but he also maintained his reputation as one of the most destructive forces in boxing. While his 100% knockout streak ended, his ability to break down a masterful technician like Bivol proved his versatility and endurance. For Bivol, the loss is bitter but not defining. His skill and courage were evident throughout the contest, and he remains one of the most respected fighters in the sport. Fans and analysts are already calling for a rematch, though Beterbiev's age and the wear and tear of his career may influence what comes next. What's next? The victory opens new doors for Beterbiev. A potential super fight with former super middleweight champion Canelo Alvarez has been floated, as well as defenses against emerging contenders like David Benavidez if he moves up. At 40 years old, however, Beterbiev may also consider retirement at the pinnacle of his career. Regardless of what lies ahead, this fight will be remembered as a defining moment in boxing's modern era. Artur Beterbiev is now the undisputed king of the light heavyweight division, a warrior who conquered not only his rival but the history books.